Do you think this will now going forward, since you now become the face, narratives will change? Because we can look at stories across India and, you know.
Yeah. That is something that we hope for to achieve with this film, definitely. And I've also noticed, I mean, I'm not too familiar with Indian cinema as a whole, but from as far as I know that a lot of people, like the actors from the northeastern region, when they try to make it in the industry, they are pigeonholed into playing the same character again and again. You know, there's a lot of underrepresentation, and when there is representation, it is very often misrepresented as well. And you know, I would like to see a time where, you know, someone that looks different than the generic Indian be cast for roles that are not, like, the ethnicity is not the focal matter, you know, like they are cast because of their talent and because of what they can offer to the table, and not because they are, you know, the different looking person on set.
Yeah. Ayushman, do you agree that will happen?
Completely agree. I think she just mentioned this for the first time, and it's a very, very valid point. I was thinking about the same thing. Yesterday somebody asked her that, you know, are you getting more roles and stuff like that, and I was like, there should be a time when there's a rom-com with probably a girl from Bombay, a guy from Northeast or Ladakh, and it should, and when we should not talk about racism or any such subject or any such follies in the society, and it should just be a generic rom-com. I think we can only achieve that if there's inclusivity in the society.
Absolutely.
Because you don't see that person with a different gaze.
True.
You know, with an alien gaze or whatever.
Absolutely.
So I think if that happens, that will be a true victory for the entire society.
Whenever there's an Ayushmaan Khurrana film, people, the perception is it would be something that would highlight something. Maybe people don't want to see you doing a rom-com now. Ye kya kar raha hai yaar, ye to thodi hoti hai film. Does that weigh on you? Because I know you're trying to balance that with commercial and all.
I tried my hand with rom-coms, but didn't work. Yeah, with Bewakufi and Meri Pyari Bindu. See, I've done that, been there, done that. But I thought, ये तो चल नहीं रही है, मुझे तो कुछ अलग करना पड़ेगा. But I'm fortunate that I got these great subjects and great script writers and directors who had a certain vision, and I'm here because of them. And with Anek, I think it's a very different texture. We've taken Article 15 forward.
Aajkal, everybody's saying nobody's talking about talent and what the movie's doing. Everybody's got one stick formula, but this is working on the box office. And of course, the divide between the industry, South versus North. Why can't they treat it as just Indian films? You know?
Yeah, I think it's beyond India. It's not just South and North. It's Bollywood, everything. Like we were discussing before the interview about Korean music or films or shows. You know, they are so popular in India. Turkish shows are so popular in India. So from across the border, music is so popular in India. So we are a it's a global audience.
Absolutely.
It's beyond boundaries, it's beyond languages. That's why anybody who gives you entertainment, they will consume it, be it South or Marvel. You know, we have never seen a Spider-Man score 30 crore opening in the past, or a Doctor Strange opening to such big numbers. But it's happening now. Like, South films are doing great. So it's just the connect with the masses.
Absolutely.
It's irrespective whether it's Hindi, English, Telugu, Korean, Turkish, anything.
Absolutely. I think we've all jumped across that one subtitle, and we are trying to, like, I'm making an effort in learning another language. But tell me honestly, both of you, which is the craziest stereotype or perception you faced? Because I remember when I was in college in Delhi University, I had my best friend is from the Northeast. I remember somebody asking my classmate who was from Arunachal, "Aap China se aaye hain?" And he was like, "नहीं, मैं चाइना से नहीं आया हूँ, मैं यहाँ से आया हूँ." You know, literally, I know that just comes from within. अच्छा, आप कहाँ रहते हैं? अच्छा, अरुणाचल. वो कहाँ होगा? You know, literally. But which is the craziest thing, both of you, and also being a Punjabi, I have faced enough of it. Your surname is strange. Another community will say, "Oh, you all people just don't have culture and class," which is the biggest thing that you have as a Punjabi and as somebody from the Northeast have faced and made you do the eye rolls, like, really.
I've been fortunate enough to not have faced, you know, that level of discrimination that badly. Of course, you know, that is not to kind of brush away what I've experienced, you know, because it's still bad. When I first moved to the city, you know, the usual name calling and everything, but like words like chinky, you know, I mean, it's, of course, it's trying to separate me because of the way I look, but there are a lot of negative connotations attached to that word as well, you know, like the stereotype people have of people that look like me being having like loose moral characters in the city, or that's what's attached to that word.
That had happened.
And I feel like people don't realize that, and they just kind of throw it around like that, or maybe they know how deep that word is and they still use it to hurt us. And besides that, even like I would say, it's 2022, like you can't not know where Nagaland is. It becomes willful ignorance at this point. If you're still like, where is Nagaland? Is it in the country? When are you traveling back home to your country? And I have experienced that when people have asked me when I'm going back to my own country, and it's just like, I have an Aadhaar card, So yeah, I think things are getting better, and that's what we hope to achieve with this film, is that people take it upon themselves to educate and sensitize themselves on these issues, maybe not just with the Northeast but also with other minor communities in the country, because racism and discrimination is prevalent everywhere.
Absolutely. Something I learned about you don't watch your films, huh? Why?
I don't.
Why? You're making us all watch and you don't watch it.
I don't know, I either become too self-critical, or it's just too overwhelming to watch yourself on the big screen. It happened once during Bala. I watched it in Banaras in a single screen theatre. It was house full and people were clapping, laughing, and they gave a standing ovation in the end. They were like some people with receding hairline who stood up, they started clapping in the end. Yeah, so it became too overwhelming. I was like, I'm not going to do this again, because you just become too self-obsessed. You have that God syndrome. No, God complex, yes, God complex. A lot of actors suffer from that, a lot of artists suffer from that. I think you should just stay away from that. So I consume art by different artists, different actors. I don't watch my films, I don't listen to my songs.
And do you switch on and off?
I do.
How do you do that? Because sometimes, people, method actors get into that zone. For 6 months, do not bother me, I am playing this character. And I shall be like that. I've heard many people say that.
For 6 months?
Like, I'm playing this certain character, I will be in that mood. No one come close to me. I've heard these crazy stories.
I think you'll be insane if you do that. I used to be like that during my theatre days, because you were a student. You were just like, I used to lock myself in the auditorium for hours and practice lines and live that life. I shaved my head for a particular play, and I should just talk to the chai wala in a certain language. वो सोचते हैं पागल है ये. तो दुनिया अगर तुम्हें पागल समझने लग जाएगी if you become a method actor, I think it's not worth it. You need to live your life and have a balanced life. Otherwise, you'll be insane.
If you've liked this interview, please like, share and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram.